Everyone's hyped about the Galaxy S26 Ultra and a massive charging upgrade, but let's pump the brakes. Super fast charging 3.0, showing up in One UI 8.5 firmware, does not confirm 60 West charging. It's a hint, not a promise, and Samsung's track record suggests the final story could be more conservative. More nuance and more focus on battery health than raw wattage. Here's what's actually happening. Pre-release One UI 8.5 files include text, strings that reference super fast charging 3.0. That wording has sparked headlines claiming the Galaxy S26 Ultra will jump from 45 West to 60 West, but firmware strings don't specify wattage. They don't guarantee hardware capabilities, and they often appear months before features are finalized. Sometimes labels are placeholders. Sometimes they describe a bundle of improvements rather than a new power ceiling. And sometimes they ship under a different name altogether. Remember Samsung's charging history before you buy into the hype. The Galaxy S6 introduced 15W. Fast charging back in 2015, the Galaxy S20 Ultra took a big step to 45 West in 2020. Then, Samsung pulled back to 25 West on the Galaxy S21 Ultra to prioritize thermals and battery longevity. By the Galaxy S22 Ultra in 2022, 45W returned standardized around USB power delivery with PPS for better efficiency and safety. That pattern tells you something important. Samsung optimizes for real-world reliability, not spec sheet bragging rights. So what could super fast charging 3.0 realistically mean on the Galaxy S26 Ultra? It could mean a genuine bump up to 60 West available in a narrow window at lower battery percentages and cooler temperatures, tapering down as heat builds. It could mean smarter 45 West charging curves that fill the first 30 to 50% faster without changing the headline number. It could even mean an entire package of upgrades, tighter PPS tuning, improved heat management, better charge time estimates, and new battery protection features that prioritize longevity over raw speed. All three interpretations are plausible, and only one requires 60W AER, ease the reality check most people miss. Even if Samsung moves to 60 West, don't expect a night and day transformation versus 45W. Fast charging follows a curve. The biggest gains show up early, think 0 to 50%. The last 20% always slows to protect the battery. In practice, the difference you feel could be minutes shaved off, not half your charge time magically disappearing. And if you're charging while using the phone or in a warm room or through a low-quality cable, those theoretical gains shrink even more. There's also the standards question. Most Chinese brands that advertise 80W, 120W, even 240 West rely on proprietary protocols, dual-cell batteries, and included chargers designed specifically for their ecosystem. Apple, Google, and Samsung go the other way. They stick to USB power delivery and PPS. That means safer, more compatible charging you can use with a laptop charger, a multi-port GAN brick, or reputable third-party cable. It also means upgrades tend to be incremental and carefully governed by thermals, regional rules, and battery health, exactly the kind of approach Samsung is known for. If 60W does arrive on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, expect it to be standards base. You'll likely need a USB-C PDPS charger rated 60 West or higher, with PPS ranges like 3.3 to 21 volts up to 3A and a high-quality 3A cable. Under those conditions, the S26 Ultra could request higher power briefly and then intelligently step down as it warms. That's how modern PPS works. The phone negotiates the voltage and current in small increments to maximize speed without frying your battery. Here's what to watch before believing any wattage claim. Independent certification listings often surface charger specs and power profiles ahead of launch. New Samsung charger model numbers point to real changes faster than firmware labels do. And at launch, Samsung's footnotes tell the truth. They specify the maximum wattage, the required charger and cable, the test conditions, and sometimes the exact devices that hit the highest speeds. Those footnotes are where marketing meets reality. Still tempted to read 3.0 as automatic proof of 60W. Consider Samsung's priorities. Battery longevity matters. Temperature consistency matters. Cross-device compatibility matters. A smarter charging experience, better curves. Cooler time, clearer time to full estimates. Reliable speeds across a wider range of chargers can be more valuable than a raw wattage bump you only see for a few minutes. And that's exactly the kind of improvement a 3.0 label could describe. If you're planning to upgrade to the Galaxy S26 Ultra primarily for faster charging, keep your expectations grounded. Even if 60W ships, the best-case gains will show up in the first half of the battery curve and under ideal conditions. In daily use, especially with background apps, cases that trap heat, or warm environments, the difference versus 45W might be slimmer than the marketing implies. Meanwhile, the benefits of sticking to USB DPS remain huge. Safer charging, easier accessory choices, and better long-term battery health. Practical tips if charging speed matters to you today. Use a reputable 65W plus USB PPS GaN charger with proper PPS ranges. Keep your cable short and certified for at least 3A charge on a hard, cool surface. Avoid heavy gaming or navigation while fast charging. And keep your phone updated. Samsung often refines charging behavior through firmware, sometimes delivering bigger real-world wins than new hardware alone. So where does this lead the super fast charging 3.0 leak? It's a promising sign that Samsung is working on a better charging experience for the Galaxy S26 Ultra and One UI 8.5. But it's not a guarantee of 60W. It could be 60W under constraints. It could be smarter 45W that feels faster where it counts. It could be a package of battery health features designed to keep your device strong after hundreds of cycles. Until certifications, chargers, and launch footnotes line up, treat the 3.0 label as useful context, not confirmation. If you value consistency, safety, and accessory freedom, Samsung's approach still makes sense. If you want headline-grabbing numbers, rival brands will happily sell them to you often with proprietary cables, custom bricks, and long-term battery trade-offs. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is likely to prioritize a balanced formula, credible speed, strong thermals, and longevity, all wrapped in USB DPS, and that's a smarter upgrade than chasing watts for the sake of watts. Bottom line, the Galaxy S26 Ultra's charging story isn't written by a firmware string. Wait for the evidence that matters, read the fine print when it arrives, and don't let 3.0 be the reason you pre-order. When the dust settles, the most meaningful improvements may come from smarter power management, not just a bigger number on the box.